All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Beast Machines Deluxe Class Blast Charge, another one of the Viacons in the Beast Machines toy line. This was not a character that actually showed up in the show itself, but still a pretty cool figure. Definitely weird, but pretty cool in my opinion. It turns into a pretty mean-looking sort of like six-wheeled armored truck thing here with the turret. Obviously, being part of the Beast Machines toy line, all of the Viacons are supposed to kind of be cybertronian modes. They also had this like weird kind of ongoing aesthetic where all of the vehicle modes sort of had like faces on them, and in Blast Charge that really is just like the front section here kind of looks like a skull. So pretty cool, but it definitely a little bit weird. And if you look in the front grille there, I'm pretty sure that must be his Viacon spark crystal. I can't actually see the actual symbol itself, but that little blue gem in there I think must be what that is. It's kind of hard to actually get a good look at it, but yeah, no, it's a pretty cool alt mode. It does roll. I will say it is somewhat difficult sometimes to actually get all of the wheels to be rolling, because like this bit's on a swivel, the wheels kind of like pegging in a weird way, so you kind of have to like press it down to get it to actually roll, but that's still cool. The turret can rotate here and actually has a little wheel on the back here that if you spin it, you can actually make the turret rotate, and that's pretty cool. Can also fold up like that. It does have a spring-loaded missile, just one. Two of these, the two side ones, are just stuck in there. They don't actually fire, but if you press the little trigger on the top there, you can fire the middle missile. So that's pretty cool, and it works pretty well. And then the other spring-loaded gimmick it has is if you press this little button in the middle here, the front section kind of like, oops, my hand was kind of on it, so it sort of messed it up, but just kind of extends out like that, and it has a hinge here, so you can actually get it to like rotate, which I think is pretty cool. And then it's pretty satisfying when it clicks back into place. So yeah, I really like Blast Charge's vehicle mode. It's definitely a mean looking tank. I think, compared to the size of like other figures in the line and other modern figures, it would be kind of nice if he could be bigger, but still it's a pretty cool vehicle mode nonetheless. In terms of comparisons, just for the standard one, here he is with Kingdom Sideswipe for whatever that's worth. And then just because we took a look at him a few weeks ago, here he is with Beast Machine's Scavenger in his vehicle mode. So, it's again kind of an alien vehicle mode, so it kind of can be whatever size you want it to be. But yeah, no, I quite like it. Now, transformation for this guy, it takes some weird turns, and the robot mode ends up looking pretty strange because of it, but has a lot of neat stuff going on here. So first thing you want to do is just extend out that section, just leave it like that for now, and then you want to just kind of fold these up for now just to get them sort of out of the way, and then you take the back two wheels here, and it'll kind of unpeg like this and then fold down on this armature, and then you can bring this up, and this wheel will actually fold. It will kind of like this armature folds into that wheel, and then you take this wheel and fold that in half just like that, and then take this section here on this wheel, open it up to be the toe, and then also open up the little heel there, and that will actually be one of his legs, believe it or not. Like I said, this guy ends up looking very strange in robot mode. So you just do that on both sides here. And then you want to take this orange bit on the armature and just actually fold it up like this on both sides. And then we can take the arms, which are just folded up underneath here on these panels, and just rotate them out like that and unfold them from the body. They do actually like click into place. And then you can take the whole turret section, and on this whole sort of armature with the like rotating bit, this actually folds back just like this, and then you bring the turret back forward, and then the head rotates up and then locks in place by rotating around, because that hinge only goes in the one direction, so you can't actually fold this up anymore once the head is rotated around. Then you take the entire upper half of the body here, rotate that around just like that, and then take this section here. This also rotates around. Take the wheels, and they kind of just fold down on these armatures like this. And then because this piece is extended, now it has the sort of like, clearance here to actually fold up like this. And then these two pegs on the underside of the front section will go into these two holes right here, just like that. And then you kind of take these side panels and just fold them up like this, and then take these gray panels and just kind of fold them up to meet each other, and then adjust the legs, kind of rotate it so that the like hinge section from the where the wheels folded up is in the back, and there we have Blastcharge in his robot mode. And yeah, he is just a strange looking dude. He's got these huge, like chunky, he's got this huge chunky body, and then these little tiny spindly arms, and then these really weird looking legs, and then the giant turret that just sticks out of his chest, which with the missiles looks even more ridiculous because it's basically like as tall as he is. And yeah, there's something, you know, like he's definitely a very weird looking robot, but I do kind of like it. I do really like his head sculpt. He's got a pretty mean looking head sculpt there, which kind of, you know, is reminiscent of what the front of the vehicle mode looks like, as is the case with a lot of the Beast Machines figures. And he does actually have like a bit of spring to the wheels. Like these back wheels actually have a bit of like spring in and out for them, which is not for vehicle mode at all, because like they would just be pushing into the vehicle. So he's got like a bit of like, there's like a springiness to him. Like he's got a bit of bounce, which is weird, and I don't know why they went out of their way to engineer that in there, because it, you know, it kind of just doesn't really do anything other than give it a weird feel. But cool, I guess. In terms of articulation, he's got you know, some weird stuff going on. The head can rotate, and that's about it. I mean, I guess if you rotate it all the way around, then he can look down, but, you know, that doesn't really accomplish anything. The shoulders here are on ball joints. They can rotate around. You can kind of do whatever you want with these wheels. You can fold them up like that if you want. Gives them a little bit more range. He's got no bicep swivel, and then he's got a full deep elbow bend just for transformation. Despite having like multiple waist rotations in the transformation, it all locks in place, so he does not have a waist cut. The legs can go forward and back and out to the side. He's got, I mean, I guess technically some sort of thigh swivel. It's really below the knee. I mean, really, it's just like the rotation of the wheels, but you can also rotate this hinge around. So, I mean, you can adjust the angle of the foot, but you're not really like overall adjusting the angle of the leg. And then his knee folds in that way. So, you know, there's different things you could do. Like if you wanted to rotate it around like that so that he actually has a proper facing knee, you could do that. But then he just kind of ends up like sitting weirdly back, and it doesn't really like hold it super well. But if you wanted these to be his heels, then you could do that, I guess. I mean, it looks weird, but so does the actual stock configuration, so whatever. I kind of don't mind him having backwards knees myself, but you've got some options there, none of which look like particularly cool. They all look weird, but you know, you've got some options. Yeah, he's got a lot of weird aesthetics going on. There was really someone on the Beast Machines design team really wanted to make wheel feet work, because like between him and Thrust and Striker and like kind of Mirage, a lot of the Viacons and Beast Machines have wheel feet, and you know, I respect it. I respect what they're trying to do here. I don't know if it totally works out in any of those scenarios, but you know, at least he can kind of stand up, and it doesn't you know, affect it that the wheels are rotating around just because of how thick they are. In terms of weapons, I mean, obviously he's got this huge chest cannon that he can still fire. And then the other thing that's kind of cool is if you take out the other missiles, you can actually put them into his hands, and he can hold them as like, I don't know, like beat sticks or something, or maybe they're still explosives and he's just like whacking people with explosives. I don't know. It's a pretty cool thing, and you know, no weirder than the rest of the figure. It does look a little bit better, I will say, without the missiles in there, since it only sticks up that much. It kind of like, when I see it like this, it makes me wish that this piece could actually like fold down, but you know, it's fine. But yeah, no, very, very strange figure in terms of comparisons in this mode. Once I get his missiles back in here. Here he is again with Sideswipe, so you can see pretty standard size deluxe there, obviously a little bit bulkier than him, but about the same height, a little bit taller. And then here he is again with Scavenger, just so you can see what he looks like with another one of the Viacons, another one of the non-show Viacons. And yeah, you know, like I said, with a lot of the Viacons, and honestly a lot of the Maximals too in the Beast Machines toy line, they're all very weird, and that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Personally, I'm kind of into it. I like the sort of like weird robots from Beast Machines, particularly the non-show characters. I feel like most of the actual show character toys in Beast Machines are not great, but I generally like at least all of the Viacons, even the ones that don't look at all like how they're supposed to for the show. But yeah, no, definitely a weird guy, and that's not going to be everyone's aesthetic, and that makes perfect sense because he is very, very strange looking. But honestly, I dig it. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to him. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Make sure to check me out on Instagram. That's toys.n.art on Instagram. And without further ado, here we have Transformers Beast Machines Deluxe Class Blast Charge.